It's a beat by Flow.
What's up, guys? This is Vinny. We're here today in Canton, Georgia, about to do this awesome Tesla. And today I'm going to be showing you how I do an interior detail as a mobile detailer. Alright, so I hope you enjoy the video. Follow these steps. As I go through these steps, I'm going to let you know certain tools that I'm using, and if you can do it without that tool or with that tool if you have it. If you don't have it, I'm going to also let you know about some ways to do it without that tool, as I know a lot of you guys are just beginning. So let's get to it. Alright guys, enjoy the video. So here's what you're gonna need to perform this detail. Okay, I'm gonna tell you the basics, and then I'm gonna add in some things that you can do here as you evolve with equipment and knowledge of products and such. However, we're gonna start very simple. Okay, you're going to need, first of all, an all-purpose cleaner. A lot of companies now, they have their own interior cleaner. Fallow, which is a company I love. They make a great interior cleaner. However, I have here my own all-purpose cleaner that I like to do. I do 10% degreaser, 10% vinegar, and then the rest I do water. That solution I've been working with for a while, and I love it. Okay, so that's going to be my all-purpose cleaner. Next thing you're going to need is going to be a brush for your leather, or if you're working with that leather, you're going to need a brush. This is horsehair. It's very fine and soft. It's not going to damage your leather. You're going to need tools. Okay, so there's a variety of different brushes you can use. This is an awesome brush. You can find this bad boy at directcompany.com. If you're dealing with hair or sand, there are a variety of different hair brushes as well. I got this from a box truck. However, directcompany.com also has one that is an attachment for your wet vac or your vacuum, which is something that you're going to need for interior detail as well. I'm not going to be showing it here because it's kind of you're going to need to vacuum the car. So you're going to need a shop vac or a vacuum of some kind that has that pull power. Okay, all right. I also have here a brush to agitate carpet with, in case you need to get some sand out. We're also going to have here microfibers. There's no place better to get microfibers than directcompany.com. All right. We're going to need glass cleaner, of course, and your option in finishing. So I have two options here, which I love. This is more of a extremely dry option for your interior finish. It's going to leave more of a matte finish on your black. And it's interior finish by Fallow. It's amazing. Go check them out, directcompany.com. This one is one from Show Car Products, which is a box truck that comes to me, and they're awesome. This is an aerosol, so you're going to spray it on. The only difference with this one is that in our finish, we're going to come and we're going to make sure that we dry and blend all the excess from it. Okay, so be careful when you're using aerosol or spray items because they can smear. All right, this one here, we're going to be using a microfiber applicator pad. Okay, so those are the things that you're going to need for your interior. If you're doing something very basic, you're just starting out, just make sure you have a brush so you can get into these crevices, that you have an all-purpose cleaner, and that you have microfiber towels. With these things, you're going to be able to perform a great detail as long as you put in the time and the work. All right, guys, so let's get into the first few steps of the video. All right, let's go. Oh, I forgot, the last thing you need is cool socks. All right, guys. So first step is prep. So what we're gonna do in prep, we're going to make sure that cool socks. We take the loose items from the car, put them in this awesome little overalls baggie here that I had made. Set it aside. Make sure that we have a clear workspace. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start removing these mats. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started and get the items packed up, and we'll start removing the mats so we can see what we're working with under them. All right.
It's a beat by Flow.
Here we go. All right. So when we have some trash like this, I'm just gonna set it aside so I can go ahead and pick it up next with the little trash bag. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and make sure that all the items are out of your way. Okay. So this area here in this particular vehicle, I'm not going to get inside here because of the client asking. But normally I would go ahead and clear that out and make sure that we get it cleaned in there. All right. So now we'll go ahead around the car. All right. Now you're gonna see here. All we're gonna do is make sure that we move the seats accordingly, and then we are going to start removing these mats. Be careful, different mats have different backs, have different surfaces, which are really going to make a difference in where you can place them and how you can take them, or if you need to go ahead and vacuum them before. Now you can see that it's extremely dirty. We're going to pull it out, and you see how much dust comes out. Normally it's better if you go ahead and vacuum them, but I'm going to spend a little bit more time cleaning these mats, so we're going to go ahead and leave that for later. All right, mats are gone. All right, guys, so now what we're going to do is we're going to start the process of a pre-vacuum. So we're going to go through the whole car, and we're going to just pick up everything that we can in the car. Okay, as you can see here, as we're vacuuming as well, you're going to see that you're going to find a lot of sand. You're going to find a lot of little hair fibers, which we're going to come in and we're going to have to use these tools I told you about. Okay, so in a carpet like this where you're going to see a lot of sand and things of that nature, you're going to want to agitate the carpet before you vacuum, so you can make sure that you get that sand and that little dirt particles out of the fibers and up. Okay, so let's make sure that we do that. We're going to do the whole prep on the car, vacuuming cup holders, vacuuming this in between the seats, vacuuming the carpet. So anything that we can find loose dirt in or particles, we're going to go ahead and try and pick that up. Right, so you can see that we're going to just make sure that we vacuum the whole thing. Now this is just a pre-vac. The pre-vac is just going to be a method for us to get things out of the surface so we can see what we're working with. See if there are any stains, see if there's anything that is going to require a little bit more attention when we get to the actual shampooing of the carpet. Doesn't have to be perfect, because we are going to vacuum the car once again at the end when we're done with the whole process. However, if you got a little bit of time in your hands, go ahead and get as much as you can out. That way when you are done, it'll be easier to finish up.
It's a beat by Flow.
guys, next step, okay? So what we've done so far, we have, all right, this is important, okay? In the midst of all of this stuff, stay hydrated. Water, 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 especially if you're mobile. All right, look, I got my dog hair on me. Dog hair. Cleared out the trash. We have cleared out the personal belongings, and we have done a prep vacuum. Okay, so now it's upholstery stain management. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go around the upholstery, the roof, excuse me, the carpets, and I'm gonna see where there are stains and focus on those. If there are not that many stains, I'm still gonna perform a shampoo on this carpet because it hasn't been detailed in a long time, and I think that it'll help a lot with odor and with future maintenance as well. So here I'm using I'm showing you guys what I'm using today. I'm gonna be using a rotary with a brush adaptment, okay? This is just my tool of preference. A lot of guys will use a drill and the attachment, but like I said, a lot of you guys are beginning. If you don't have these tools yet, that's okay. This will work just fine, okay? This brush right here. So you're gonna have to go ahead and get your carpet cleaner, preferred carpet cleaner, or in my case, that all-purpose cleaner that I told you guys about. This one's a little different, so it's gonna be 50% vinegar, 10% degreaser, and then the rest water. All right, so here at first, we're going to start with the minimal needed, which is a carpet brush and the APC. I use the same APC for this. I just add a little bit more degreaser to this solution, but it's practically the same thing. You're gonna be want to agitate it and go in different directions just to make sure that you cover everything. Now remember, if you have a little bit more of an area that you need to focus on, you can focus on that a little more. Now with the machine, it's all the same process, okay? It just depends on how fast you get it done and how much work you have to put in. Obviously, with a machine, some of you guys use the drill brushes with the attachment. It's going to be a lot faster and a little bit more efficient. It depends, but the machine is not needed. The point of this video is for you to understand that you can get it done with the minimal things. I'm just showing you a little bit better way to get everything done in an efficient time, while also showing you that you can get it done without the machines, without all of this crazy stuff that we spend a lot of money on that you don't need to initially. Initially, you're going to really just want to learn how to get the job done. Alright guys, so next step. I promise I'm not trying to flex, y'all. Trying to not to get this detailer's 10. So now we're going to go and make sure that we are getting the panels, the doors, the cup holders. For this, all I'm gonna need right now is my solution, which is my all-purpose cleaner, my brush. I'm going to need a moist microfiber and a dry microfiber. Okay. Now in my process, because I'm doing this full detail here and I'm already utilizing my method, I am going to use a steamer as well, okay? You don't need a steamer. When you're starting, you don't need it. Just skip the steam part of this tutorial if you don't have a steamer, okay? Because all I'm doing is just making sure I have loose things out and making sure that the heat of the steam gets some of these dirt particles out, which you can get without a steamer, just a little bit more of elbow grease, okay? So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna make sure that we clean all the panels, and the leather seats. When we get to the seats, I'm going to show you how I do that. However, we're going to start with a pattern. I want to get you guys to learn how to work with a pattern. That way you know where you've been and you don't miss anything. Okay, so the pattern for me that I'm going to let you know is always start with the door, steering wheel, dash, middle console. Once you're done with the middle console, we're going to finish up with the seat, okay? Seat, and then the sideline, the liners, and then we're gonna go to the back and work in a counterclockwise way, okay? So we're gonna start with the passenger seat. Once I have everything, all the panels and leather cleaned on, the driver's seat, we're gonna move to the behind the driver's seat, so on and so forth, okay? That way you know where you've been, there's not jumping back and forth, and you're not missing things, okay? So let's go ahead and get this done. I'm gonna show you guys here how I do the door. We're gonna show you a little bit of the panel, which is very delicate. Let's do it. All right, so we're going to apply the solution directly to the brush or on the microfiber. The reason for that is that these cars nowadays are extremely electrical. You do not want to be spraying liquid solutions on dash, on the steering wheel, because most of these steering wheels now are connected to the dash. So especially in a car like a new Tesla, you are going to want to be extremely careful with what you use and how much you use it for. Don't mind me wiping my sweat here. We're gonna change microfibers. Now we're gonna move on to the console. The console, the way I like to do it is I go ahead and get the console covers wiped and clean. Then I open them up and get ready to clean inside them and get inside the cup holders. Now you see me covering the area with the dry microfiber because we don't want the smearing of the solution in the cup holders to go where we have already cleaned, which I started with the steering wheel, then the middle console, and then we're gonna move on to the following steps, which is cleaning the seats and the door. Now there are great ways for you to go ahead and skip a big part of the process, which is by using a steamer like I did here. If you do not have a steamer, it is totally okay. Now with the seats, I can go ahead and spray the solution because the solution is not heavy on the greaser, and I'm going to come right away and agitate the surface. When you agitate the surface, you want to make sure that you get it all covered and that you are not using a heavy degreaser APC or a super strong APC, because it will stain the leather. Once you stain the leather, there is not much you can do other than getting re-dyed or letting the customer know that you have damaged their vehicle. Obviously, that is not a very good thing. Now, the steamer, you want to make sure that you have gotten the water out. A lot of these steamers, they're going to spray a lot of water, a lot of moisture when you're steaming, okay? That moisture is going to help the product stay in the seat. So make sure that you are using 100% steam. Dry, come back right over with a moist microfiber to make sure that we're getting everything and removing all of that solution from the seat. Then you come on top with a dry microfiber, as you have seen in this step here. Okay. Now, as you can see on this part of the seat, we're going to have a little bit of dirt still in the crevices. I'm using this brush to go ahead and get the dirt out, and also when you steam is going to shoot that dirt out. And like I said, you don't have to worry about it because we're still going to do a final vacuum at the end, and that final vacuum is going to be great to pick up these little things that you have left behind. All right, now we steam. We're going to do the same process, but after steaming we are going to come back with a moist microfiber to get all of the solution out, and then we are going to do the dry microfiber towel to make sure that it is not moist anymore, and that leather is coming back to its original color. So you can see if you have actually removed the stains, or it has it was only a mask over a stain because of the moisture. So a lot of times when you get moisture on the seat, it will hide a stain or a mark, and then once it dries again, that will come back. Okay, so be mindful of that so you can make sure that you don't have any surprises when the client sees the car.
It's a beat by Flow.
Once again, with the brush, we're going to come in and we're going to get all of these places that normally you wouldn't be able to just go through with a microfiber. Now, the agitation of the brush helps so much, okay? This brush, like I said, you can find them at theragcompany.com. If you use code VinnyDetails15, you get 15% off. Enjoy. Alright guys, so we are done with the interior pretty much. We've shampooed the carpets, we've wiped everything down, we took out any stains that were present. If you have steam, you use steam. If you didn't, you didn't. Um, uh, Now for the last step in the detail, we are going to do a last vacuum to make sure that we get everything, and also to help us double check these spots that normally we wouldn't see as we're going by the car. So let's finish it up with a vacuum, and always double check your work to make sure you didn't miss anything, and remember, add a pattern. So we finished up in the passenger seat here. So I'm gonna start vacuuming from the passenger seat, and I'm gonna finish it in the driver's seat. That way I can go ahead and get the windows done and start on the exterior wash. There we are. So you guys saw all those steps. If you have any questions, let me know. You should have a very clean interior. As you're practicing, you're going to get more efficient and with those techniques, and you're going to learn what products work best for you, what products you should use, what tools you should use. Do you need all this expensive stuff? You start developing that as you practice, as you go, and evolve yourself as a detailer. So I appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, share it, let people know that Vinny is out here trying to teach some tips. All right, I hope you have an amazing day, guys. Remember, this video is sponsored by House Call Pro. In case you need a CRM, that is going to take care of your scheduling, take care of your business, does everything you needed to except clean a car. All right, guys, give me a like, give me a subscribe. I appreciate you guys. Enjoy the video and happy detailing.
Purchase your tracks today.
It's a beat by Flow.
My name is Vinny with Overalls Detail, and this is my YouTube channel.